Well, I got a couple winning sides in the NCAA tournament on Saturday, March the 22nd, and let's get right to them before I get to my picks and analysis, which will come in the games between the Creighton Blue Jays and the Auburn Tigers, as well as the Wisconsin Badgers against the BYU Cougars. Couple friendly reminders, folks. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, take a second to do so. Just click that subscribe button below on the right hand side there, and you'll be subscribed, and it's absolutely free to do so. And you'll be privy to some of the best sports betting experts in all the world right here at WagerTalk TV. Also, click that alert notification bell so we can get a hold of you as soon as we put anything up on our great channel. Also, folks, be kind enough to give me a like. Right now, we're sitting at, I believe, 21-13 with our last 34 college basketball picks here on WagerTalk TV, those which are free, by the way. That's 62%, folks. So be kind enough to give me a like. Had an NBA free pick winner last night as well on the LA Clippers right here at WagerTalk TV. Just hit that like button. It'll make me happy. I'm trying to make you happy, and it'll make the folks over at WagerTalk TV happy as well. Another friendly reminder, still we have a special going on until Tuesday. If you buy the month of April for $2.99, we're going to throw in the rest of March absolutely free. So today is the 22nd, so you're going to get another 10 days in March absolutely free when you purchase that $2.99 package for the month of April, rest of March free. That includes all the NCAA Tournament, CBI, NIT, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, for myself, and for others, there's other sports they cover like darts and cricket and all that if you're into that kind of stuff as well. All right, Creighton and Auburn, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The Auburn Tigers are a 9-point favorite in this game, and the total is 151. Creighton has really shot the ball well over their last 5 games, 49.2% from the field, 35.5% from beyond the three-point line, and also averaging 10 makes, 3-point makes, that is, per game. As a matter of fact, in the 89-75 win over Louisville on Thursday, the Creighton Blue Jays shot 57% from the field and made 11 of 24 3-point attempts. Easy for you to say, folks, which is good for close to 46% from beyond the three-point line. And in their last 5 games, they've only allowed 8 free throw attempts per game. Sometimes you have to look for the littlest of edges, and that's something I look at, especially in light of the fact that Auburn is shooting a poor 64% from the free throw line over their last 5 games. Creighton 8-1 straight up this season after scoring 80 points or more and outscoring those opponents in those 9 games by an average of 10.5 points per contest. They're also 13-1 straight up this season after their previous game went over the total, which that easily did in the game against Louisville on Thursday. So the straight up betting angles, or betting trends, I should say, take on a little more significance when you factor in they're a sizable underdog in this game against Auburn. Auburn is just 2-3 straight up and 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. And considering they started the season 27-2 and were the number 1 team in the country in terms of the rankings for several weeks, this uninspiring run of their last 5 games is a bit concerning. Did they peak too early? I don't know. You tell me, folks. Leave that comment in the comment section and be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Also, Auburn has scored just 74.6 points per game. I say just because that's about 10 points below their season average, or a significant amount of points below their season average. So they've shot 46% over their last 5 games as well. Their season average is 48. I just don't like what I'm seeing from Auburn over the last 5 games. Even in a 20-point win against Alabama State, they led by 10 at the half. They won by 20 and were never even close to covering the 32-point spread against a number 16 seed. Creighton has played two SEC teams this year. They lost at A&M by 4 as a 4-point underdog, so they got a push, and they lost at Alabama by 8 in a game that was much closer than the final score would indicate. Alabama pulled away a little bit in the last 2 minutes, but still, Creighton comfortably covered the spread of plus 11.5. So they played the SEC awful tough on a neutral floor against A&M and on the road at Alabama. And we know that Alabama's split with Auburn this year, so comparable opponents. And I'm going to take Creighton here, plus the 9 over Auburn on Saturday, March 22nd in the NCAA Tournament. I'm also going to make a smaller play first half bet. I rarely do this, but I just think the situation is right to do so today. Now, what I'm going to do is whatever you put, and whatever I'm suggesting, whatever you put on Creighton plus 9, put 25% of that on Creighton plus 5 as a first half bet. And why I'm looking at doing that, Creighton's been incredible as a first half underdog this year, going 10-1 against the spread in those situations. So again, 100% on Creighton plus 9 over Auburn, 25% on Creighton plus 5 as a first half bet over Auburn as well. All right, let's get to our next game. And before I do that, just a friendly reminder, folks, cashed in with my college basketball 5% best bet last night. Congratulations to all of you that were smart enough to purchase that game, as UConn minus 5.5 won by 8 over Oklahoma. And I got another 5% top play going again today, folks. And it comes in the game between Gonzaga and Houston. And that game goes at, I believe, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Yeah, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time tonight. College basketball, 5% best bets, 17-9, 65%, and 33-20, 62% winning runs right now. NBA continues to roll, folks. Last night's I had a winner on the Portland Trailblazers on the money line, minus 125, and they blew out Denver, 128-109. NBA now on runs of 52-33, 61%, and dating back to February of last year, 120-83. That's 59%, and good for a net profit of plus 76.56, and that ranks number 1 in that category in the NBA at WagerTalk during that stretch of time. So as great a handicappers as there are at WagerTalk, nobody's made more money for their clients than me over the last 13 months in the NBA. So make sure you check out my NBA plays and subscriptions as well. $79 for a 7-day package, $179 for a 30-day package, $385 for the rest of the year, which is about 2.5 months more of action because the NBA Finals normally ends around the first or second week in June. All right, so let's get to the next game, and that's the Wisconsin Badgers, who are currently a 1-point favorite over BYU, 7:45 Eastern time tonight. The game will be played in Denver, Colorado. Wisconsin went 13-7 in Big Ten play this year, and they advanced all the way to the Big Ten finals. They won 3 games in the Big Ten tournament and then lost to Michigan on day 4 by just a slim 3-point margin. BYU, on the other hand, 14-6 in Big 12 play, and they really came on down the stretch. But they lost in the conference finals to Houston, 74-54. Here's what concerns me. Yes, they've won 8 of their last 9 going into today's game. But they've had 4 bad losses this year. To Providence, Utah, TCU, and Cincinnati. Those 4 teams had finished with a combined record of 62-67. And they also lost in the regular season meeting against Houston by 31 points. So when they stepped up in class to the top of the cream of the crop in the Big 12, they were blown out on both occasions. Wisconsin, on the other hand, 9 losses this year, 27-9 overall record, but 8 of their 9 losses this year were versus NCAA tournament teams. And as opposed to BYU, just one bad loss in that sequence, and that was against Penn State late in the year. Both teams we know can score the basketball. Wisconsin's averaging over 81 points per game and BYU 80. However, Wisconsin much better defensively. They're number 13 in defensive efficiency. Their last 5 games, Wisconsin, and that's 4 games in the Big Ten tournament, and their first game over the win over Montana in the NCAA tournament. They've held their opponents in those 5 games to 36.3% shooting from the field and 29.4% from beyond the 3-point line. So they've really shut down the opposition. BYU, on the other hand, over their last 5, averaging 79.2 or allowing 79.2 points per game. And opponents have shot 36.5% from beyond the 3-point line over BYU's last 5 games, and that includes 12 makes per game. Wisconsin's the number 1 free throw shooting team in the country at 82.7%. It's better than a majority of the NBA teams as we speak. And BYU, not so good in that department, number 245 at 70%. Wisconsin 5-1 straight up this year when the point spread is between +3 and -3, which it is today. And BYU just 5-6 straight up in ATS when they're +3 to -3 on the point spread line. So I like Wisconsin here as a money line pick. They're -1, but you know what, folks? I'm going to lay the extra 10 cents on Wisconsin here. I hate to win this game by 1 and not win. So Wisconsin -120 over BYU. That's Wisconsin -120 on the money line over BYU. And again, my other play, Creighton +9 over Auburn for 100% play. And then also Creighton +5 in the first half over Auburn as a 25% play. So there you have it, folks. There's your action for Saturday, the 22nd of March here in college basketball NCAA tournament. I'll have 2 more NCAA tournament winners coming up for tomorrow. So pay attention for those, or stay alert for those, I should say, not pay attention. That sounds like an order. Don't forget to give me a like, folks. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You take care and God bless.